receivers, but tight end is where you can make a difference.
And if you're looking at a team that doesn't have the greatest receivers, perhaps that tight end acts as the #1 on that depth chart. Dianna Russini, you're up next. Drafting blank is the biggest mistake you will make this season.
What's the definition of insanity when you do the same thing over and over, right?
That's correct.
So every year.
Oh, hang on.
Give me some color. Give me some color. Color me up.
Yeah.
Every year I make this mistake. Did I spell that right?
No, but well, is that it's close?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Is that it?
I think that's right.
Good.
We know how explosive this Philly offense is, and they're going to be doing it again this season coming up. But we know that Peterson likes that running back by committee. And while I think Ajayi was pretty successful when he was in Miami, he just doesn't seem like the lead running back there in Philly. So again, the offense is explosive, but don't make that mistake of drafting Ajayi as your starting running back.
Okay, so that's the fill in the blank for Dianna Russini. What say Lou Riddick coming up? Blank is the name you don't know right now, but you will at the end of the season.
They're going to try to throw footballs into these circles. This is not how Bill Walsh picked his quarterbacks. Don't start until you start together. See the button there that says start? On 3, 1, 2, 3. Go for the middle one. Oh! This is shades of cornhole. You guys will get one. Just relax. Keep it going.
Got one.
This game only lasts 2 minutes. It's the good part. All right, we're going to establish the running game.
I'm doing
Make
good.
a play. The score is 110. Dianna with 110?
No way.
How'd you get 110?
I've been scoring.
Did you even make one? Oh, in and out. That counts. It's a catch. 160.
They don't come after me.
Yeah, again, this isn't normal quarterback.
Not what you want to hear as an offense, but it's what you want to hear if you're looking for a fantasy defense. Because they're going to turn the ball over.
Saints having good defense.
Yeah, and they were 10th in scoring last year, so.
Well,
okay, 4. We're going to go with this team.
One spot for anything, because usually you're love fest with them. But
you know what's interesting?
Were you considering putting them in?
Yeah, I did. But here's what's interesting about them. Look, I'm very much so.
Kerr, we on the right track?
Well, look, we got to see, again, how it works out. I think all the signs all through the spring have pointed to him making a quicker than expected recovery. Now, the doctors have to clear him. He's got to get the full. I've been surprised at how quickly he healed from a diagnosis that was initial. Bell will be better off answering this, but if they don't play him in the opener and they give him an extra 10 days, does 10 days make that much of a difference?
It really doesn't, and I actually was at Eagles practice yesterday. He's throwing the ball
this year. So in the 16-team War Room League, we don't have to worry about you taking Le'Veon Bell.
I figured, what do we
not
pick, 5 or 6? Yeah, so he won't
so
be there anyway. So maybe I'm just talking it down.
Get him to drop to you,
Thank
bro.
you.
Get him to drop.
Subterfuge to get Le'Veon Bell to slide
Yeah,
to
right?
them.
Exactly, and I got him. Listen, you talk about the value of being in camp. That is especially true for rookies, and finally we have them all there. Roquan Smith getting that deal done. Shefty, what finally turned the tide there?
The two sides compromised on the rush, just like there's no reason for the Giants to rush back Saquon Barkley. So my guess is that Roquan Smith won't play Saturday against Denver. He will play the following week in what is the Bears' 4th preseason game. And when opening day comes against Aaron Rodgers, he'll be in the starting lineup.
They'll be in the starting lineup, and they'll be better for it. There's no question about that. Next on NFL Live, a live draft. We continue with our fantasy football marathon. We've got the Hasselbecks with. No one knows why Tim is wearing a half shirt.
That's Zeke. Zeke doctored up my jersey
Zeke,
for me.
pull it up.
Zeke doctored up my
He
jersey.
doesn't want his belly sticking out.
I'm not sure about that, but Matt is here dressed appropriately.
Thank you,
so
Wendy.
Already we have at least one winner. Sorry, Tim. But look, this is a little relay-style Olympics. Tim is a little bit hobbled, to be fair. He's had some knee issues.
I'm in the IR.
He's on the IR, so we had to bring in his teammate. going with Alex Smith. So to your point, they must believe this is the future, and it starts now. So Matt and Tim, I'll ask you both, and then Matt, you can weigh in as well. The best value at quarterback when you're talking fantasy.
Yeah, well, I agree, Patrick Mahomes.
It's crazy that he's being drafted this low.
Listen, he's being drafted like Baker Mayfield's going multiple spots in front of him. I mean, he's not even named the starter.
Just to be clear, so that Baker Mayfield in leagues where he's being drafted is being 16th. He's not being drafted in every league, so that's just how that is. But I'm with you. Philip Rivers, who's 4,000 yards and 25 touchdowns in the bank every single year, never misses a game, way too low for Philip Rivers.
Baker head coach, you might see the Detroit Lions actually have a running game for the first time since
a long time.
A long time. That could help him.
And just going a little bit further, yes, Alex Smith, absolutely. You heard the Monday Night Football guys talk him up again. He's a guy that top 4 fantasy quarterback last